One of the things that we see over and over is the first and the greatest. And I attended a men's conference a few months ago, and Mark Driscoll was the keynote speaker. And he shared a message about Jesus as lion and lamb. And it was just really impactful. I mentioned previously that I lead a lot of weekly men's groups. And a bunch of those guys were there. And afterwards, kind of one by one over the next week, they came to me and said, hey man, I really had to respond to that message. That just wasn't a message that I could listen to and walk away from and go, yeah, that's like all the other things I've heard, right? Go, no. This one, I had to respond. I had to do something in response to this message. And these guys honestly saw places where they needed to rise up in response to Jesus' example as lion and lamb. So I'm going to borrow a little bit of that content, crediting Mark Driscoll, who spoke a good bit of this, certainly not all of it, but some of his message I want to share with you about Jesus as being both lion and lamb. And so we can look to Scripture and see where Jesus is both. John 1:29, the next day John saw Jesus coming toward him, and he said, look, the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. Man, John the Baptist was talking about Jesus as a sacrificial lamb. Revelation 5:5, and one of the elders said to me, weep no more. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has conquered so that he can open the scroll and its 7 seals. Man, Jesus conquered as lion. We get these pictures in Revelation of Jesus being both. Jesus was a sacrificial lamb, willing to die on the cross in our place. But in that moment, he devoured death and sin like a lion. Man, he came first as lamb, and he's going to return as what? What do you think he's going to return as? Lion. He's going to return as a lion. On that white horse, in a robe, drenched in blood, he will defeat Satan, crush the wicked. He'll conquer, decimate, and devour evil. And that's very lion indeed. We'll never do those things. Man, that's not our job. The things that only Jesus can do, only he could have defeated death, and only he will hurl Satan down and destroy him. Yet I look at it and I go, man, the characteristics of lion and lamb that he displayed in the books of the gospel, the way he dealt with others relationally, he perfectly balanced lion and lamb in these relational and emotional exchanges. And it's what I'm charging us to consider, to follow, is this balance. Let's consider for a minute just lions and lambs in general, right? Just the animals. What does a lamb say? Bah. Pretty soft little thing. What does a lion say? Seriously? A lion says roar? I don't think so. A lion says roar! Right? Everybody hears the lion roar. What does a lamb eat? Yeah, grass, right? What does a lion eat? Anything he wants. Yeah, buffalo, giraffes, whatever he wants. To a lion, everything is food. He just takes what he wants. And the lion is the what of the jungle, the king of the jungle, right? Then there's lambs. Lambs are cute and cuddly. In Sunday school class, we took the little fluffy cotton balls and we glued them on a paper and made a lamb. He's so soft and huggable, the lamb is. And then we count them as we peacefully fall asleep, right? They're the picture of calm and gentility. Man, they're often found in petting zoos. We let little kids get in there with the lambs. Would you throw your 5-year-old into a cage of lions at the zoo? I don't think so. We don't think of them the same way, man. We think about a lion's strength, their dominance, their aggressiveness, not their passivity. Man, lambs eat grass. They live in massive flocks with hundreds of other lambs wandering around the countryside homeless. Lambs are like the hippies of the animal world. And lions, however, and they eat meat, whatever meat they want. They travel with a pride. They strictly hang out with female lions, lionesses, and their own offspring. They don't hang around with other male lions, right? Because there's so much aggression that they can't even be together. Two male lions come together and someone's going to die. Man, they are the picture of aggressiveness. And so you talk about fighting. Lions run towards a fight. Lions run towards a fight. They're quick to fight. They see another male, they're ready to fight and defend their pride. What does a lamb do when the fight comes to them? Bah, bah, bah. They run. They always run, right? How about Jesus? Do we see where he dealt with people as a lion? Fierce, bold, aggressive, confrontational? Yeah, of course we do. Man, in the temple with the money changers? How about in as many brushes with the Pharisees? I mean, come on, the money changers, though. He went out, made a whip, came back in, aggressively cleared the place out, literally cracking a whip at them. Man, he fashioned his own weapon and then took care of business. This isn't nice lamb-petting Jesus that we see in paintings. That wasn't the posture at all, man. This posture was all lion. How about Jesus as lamb? Do we see that? Well, of course we do. Gentle, compassionate, tender, empathetic. Man, with the little children, with the woman at the well. How about the woman caught in adultery? And she's surrounded by the Pharisees who are ready to just pick up these stones and kill her heartlessly, aggressively. What does Jesus do? He goes down to the dirt. He takes a non-aggressive posture. We don't know whether they had rock in hand or not, but they're standing there just waiting to stone her. He goes into the most humble and least aggressive posture that we can go into. And how does he save her? There was no whip this time. He didn't save her with aggression. He saved her with words. Fairly soft-spoken words that were, in my mind, a pretty gentle conviction for the situation that was at hand. And one by one, they walked away. And so it's not that he is just both of these things, lion and lamb. Most of us are that. Most of us at times are gentle and compassionate, and at other times we're aggressive. And yet, it's when we do them and where we do them. It's gentle when appropriate. It's fierce when appropriate. Most of us do not balance that well. Man, we tend to be more lion or more lamb in most cases, to a fault, to a detriment. We tend to forcefully, loudly, aggressively make our presence, our beliefs, our opinions known, regardless of how that might impact the people around us. We run over people, we hurt them, we scar them, we wound them with our forcefulness. Or we sit back, we allow things to pass by, we hold our tongues, even when we should probably step up. We don't take action when we should. We wait, hoping things will change on their own. Maybe somebody else will step in and do what I see needs to be done. Meanwhile, other people are suffering because I'm not doing anything or little. Our inaction or lack of aggression leaves others to get injured, scarred, or allow an aggressive lion type to come in and hurt them. Maybe you had an earthly father that was more lion, or you had an earthly father that was more lamb. He wasn't involved. He retreated. He ran away. If so, you know well the damage that can be caused by too much lion or too much lamb, too much aggression or too much passivity. Just think about that for a minute. Was your dad more lion or was he more lamb? And what was the collateral damage like? What did that cause you to feel? How did that make your mom feel? Man, your siblings feel. And I look at it and I go, there's collateral damage that lasts for years from fathers being too much lion or too much lamb. And in many of your stories, these were Christian fathers who were too much lion or too much lamb. But when it comes to the relational aspects of interacting with others, when it comes to the emotional aspects of interacting with others, they were too much of one or the other. Man, how about you? Which are you? Are you more lion or are you more lamb? Both of these postures are needed. All these characteristics that come into play: compassion, passivity, gentility, right? All those things. Having a soft heart for others. And those are things that God put in you for a reason, for you to love others well. He also put the aggression in there, the attack mode, the protection mode. He also put that in there for you also to love others well. But we got to balance it out. Our kids and wives, many of us here are married and have kids. Hopefully some of you guys will be someday. And let me tell you, it's going to be really important when that day comes. As you think back to your own earthly fathers, it's going to be really important for you to be a lion for them, but not with them. They don't need us to be a lion with them. Man, it's crushing and it's defeating when we're aggressive towards the people closest to us. It often hurts them more than it helps them. But they do need us to be a lion for them. We should be a lion with those people and things in the world that go against God. We should be a lion with anything or anyone that wants to hurt, devour, and destroy us or our families and others who can't defend themselves. Meanwhile, we need to be a lamb with those loved ones that are close to us, with anyone who is broken, defeated, and outcast. We need to be a lamb. If you are not a lion for your family, if you are not a lion for your family, man, who's going to raise and protect your kids if you don't do the job? Someone or something else will replace you as the ultimate influence and leader in their lives. If you're not a lion for them, something will destroy and devour your wife and your kids if you're not there to protect them. If you are not a vigilant and strong voice, presence, and influence for your pride, and that group that is yours, man, if you're not there for them, they're at risk of being devoured by an intruder, an outsider, an enemy. And if you're not a lamb with your family, if you're not a lamb with your family, how are they going to perceive or understand the Father's love? So many people get twisted up to understand God because their own father was a lion all the time. Man, if you're not a lamb with your family, how are they going to perceive and understand God's love, grace, and mercy? If your arms are not the safest, most empathetic, encouraging, comforting, and forgiving haven in the world for those closest to you, your strength should be their comfort. Man, they will turn to someone or something else for comfort and love. If you are not a loving, compassionate, and gentle leader of your flock will likely wander away, and they will be in danger. For me, and being a lion and a lamb, the right place, the right time, and the right amount is so hard, but we need to do it. Because I see collateral damage all around me, all the time. I want us to rise up and love others well. Aggressive when we need to be. Passive, gentle, loving, grace-filled when we need to be. We need to be both. And so, man, I'm going to continue to struggle through it. All I can do is keep seeking direction and strength. All I can do is keep going to him and say, Father, man, help me to get this right. Lord, help me to be calm and show love.